Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a big Aston Martin exit that's been reported, as well as Aston Martin and McLaren revealing their liveries for 2026. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with McLaren, which has revealed its livery for 2026. As we know, the team ran a testing livery at the recent Barcelona shakedown, but now we can see the actual livery it will run for 2026. You can see it on screen now. And while the team has continued its tradition of using papaya orange and black as the main colour scheme for its car, and you can see the car looks pretty much very similar to other McLarens that have run in recent years. Now, it's not really a surprise that the car has continued to look the same this year. At the end of the day, papaya is McLaren's colour scheme, and on top of that, it looks nice, it works on the car, so what's the point in changing it really? Now, as we know, McLaren ended the ground effect era with the best car. However, going into 2026, it's brand new regulations, meaning it's a fresh start for every team, and well, any team could be at the front in 2026. And as a result of the reset, McLaren team principal Andrea Stella has said that our past achievements count for nothing, with him saying, as quoted by motorsport.com, "It's fantastic to reveal the livery for our 2026 Challenger, the MCL 40, as we reach an important milestone in our team's incredible work and dedication before we begin racing this year. While we have the benefit of the lessons learned from our success in the past few years, the whole grid is restarting from zero and our past achievements count for nothing. Our objective is to hit the ground running, and we have the best combination of team driver pairing, collaboration with Mercedes HPP, partners and fans to be able to do this." But let's move on to Aston Martin, which has become the final team to reveal its 2026 livery. As we know, at the Barcelona shakedown, the team did not run a livery, with them not painting the car when they got their car out on the circuit. However, at a launch event today, the team have revealed what their car will look like for 2026. You can see it on screen now. And as you'd expect, the team has kept its usual green colour scheme, although it does feature a matte satin finish for the first time. Now, as we know, this Aston Martin has been very anticipated because it's the first that has been designed by Adrian Newey. He joined the team last year and spent the whole of 2025 focusing on designing the 2026 car. Now, as we know, Aston Martin were late to the Barcelona shakedown test, with them only getting 1 day of running, and having been late to testing, the team is short of the same level of understanding of both its chassis and power unit as its rivals, especially as there have been suggestions that the engine supplier Honda could be on the back foot. Now, Fernando Alonso said on Monday that the mindset was not one that meant it was make or break for Aston Martin to hit the ground running for the start of the season in Australia in early March. Instead, he suggested it was important to consider the amount of progress that can be made over the season, with Alonso saying, as quoted by The Race, "The unique thing this year is that the rate of development is going to be very, very high for everyone because of the new regulations and the complexity of the power units as well. So I'm not really too concerned about Bahrain or the first couple of races, because the championship and having a good or bad season is going to play a little bit more in the second half of the season than in the first half of the season. For us, it's important finishing Bahrain testing with a good understanding of the car, and then from that point, think more in race 7 or 10 or 12 or whatever, and have a clear path of development." Now, on the subject of Aston Martin, a big exit has been reported. As we know, Newey joined the team in March 2025, and then in November 2025 he was announced as the new team principal of Aston Martin from 2026. And as a result of that, Andy Cowell, who was the team boss of Aston Martin, took up the new position of Chief Strategy Officer. And in that new position, Cowell had been focused with getting the most out of the partnership between the team, new engine partner Honda, and its fuel supplier Aramco. Now, Cowell's change of role came a little more than 12 months after he began working as the team's CEO. And in the winter ahead of the 2025 season, he assumed the role of team principal as part of a shakeup that he felt was needed for Aston Martin to make progress and to be in the best shape possible for the arrival of Newey. But back when it was reported in November 2025 that Newey would become team principal, The Race said there have been suggestions recently of disagreements between Newey and Cowell about the direction that Aston Martin needed to go if it was to achieve its full potential and win races in F1. And well, now, just before Aston Martin launched their 2026 livery, Planet F1 reported that Andy Cowell was set to depart the Aston Martin team later this year, following his change in role within the squad. Planet F1 said Cowell led the team as CEO and team principal throughout 2025, but saw his role change recently as Newey took over the job as team principal. The British engineer is set to depart Aston Martin entirely later this year, with sources suggesting to Planet F1 that Cowell will finish with the team in June 2026, amidst a lack of compatibility with how his role within the team has evolved. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.